Hey, good Thursday morning, my friends. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torgrosa. Hope everybody had a merry and safe Christmas Day. Now we got to get back to places right over the weekend, and we will have a storm system heading this way. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. I'm going to get my comments going here, and if anybody has some questions, just chime on in there. All right, so what we're going to talk about today as far as the weather goes is a big wet storm is on the way. And that will eventually bring us some warm air our way over the next couple of days. And it will also eventually bring us some snow. Hey, good morning there. Joe Elaine, good morning. And Dave Cole, and from the beaches of Troy. Explain that one to us, Keith Keel. And someone's checking in, Jennifer Lament, checking in from Mico, Florida this morning. Good morning. All right, so there we have our headlines for the weather. Big wet storm is going to bring some warm air and eventually some snow our way. All right, let's take a look here. And right now we do have some rain showers going on, northern lower Michigan. Temperatures are above the freezing mark, so I would not anticipate that we would have any icing with this. Let's take a look at the radar forecast for that. And not real robust of a pattern, it looks like today, as far as precipitation goes. But you could see some spotty showers there in the morning and into the thumb. Light showers. Hey, good morning, Tom Ramsey from Niles. In the 50s, yes, maybe 60 for you one of these days coming up, maybe on Sunday. Hey, good morning, John Heiner. Hopefully you had a Merry Christmas. And as we go into tomorrow, we're looking at, again, spotty light showers developing in the southern lower part of Michigan. Rain showers, because tomorrow will also be well above the freezing mark. In fact, we don't have a day below freezing that stays below freezing. I would say in southern lower, I would say not until the first couple of days of the new year. It might even be the 4th or 5th before we have a temperature cold enough to keep us below freezing for the day. All right, here's our computer model now. It's going to show you the storm system coming. But remember, the track is very important on these storms. The track, the center of that storm system. If it pulls up to our west, then we get into the warm southerly flow ahead of the storm, and that's what's going to happen with this one. Now, eventually, as it moves to the east, you get on the colder backside, and at this time of the year, eventually you you have some snow showers. But generally, if that first half or first 2/3 of the moisture with the storm comes as rain, you don't get a whole lot of snowfall. So let's get to it and show you what's going on with this. So we are into Thursday today right now, and there's our showers developing tonight and tomorrow morning in the southern part of the state. Well, temperatures will cool off just a touch into the 40s, but there's the storm system that I'm talking about. Big wet storm. Chris, I'm not even going to try that last name. Is this warmth going to push buds out in the flowering fruit trees? No, a couple of days does not do that. You need significant warmth building up over time. So there's no threat to that, I would say. And again, like I said, first week of January, we'll be back to 30s and 40s. Adam Fleikenstein, what does it look like? Traveling from Southwest Michigan, Traverse City. Here we go into the weekend. Okay, right on time. So this is Saturday evening, and we're getting into the southerly flow ahead of the storm. Now this is Sunday. I'm sorry, this is Saturday. Hold on here. Okay, that's Saturday night and Sunday. So the rain hits the area Sunday. Remember, I told you that the storm center is very important. So that storm in Minnesota, that's a warm storm. Now back behind it, that's where the snow falls. Joe, are we done with winter? No, we are not done with winter at all. I think sometimes we get a distorted perspective on our seasons because, as somebody pointed out, Halloween was colder than Christmas. So we feel like winter has already started, been progressing, but we've got to look at the calendar. And a lot of years, winter doesn't even start till this week, winterish type weather. Hey, you like that? Yeah. I figured people seem to be digging the warm weather, most people. So it seems like every time I put my tropical shirt on, then we have warm tropical weather. So this should be the clue to you of what I think is coming here in the next couple of days. Yeah, Patty, I know. That's why I got to be kind of like really, what's the word? Partisan or bipartisan on this kind of weather. Because I found that 51% of the people in Michigan hate winter, 49% love it. All right, so we go into Sunday night, and then eventually we're into Monday evening here, and then into New Year's Eve day. And there you have it. We're back to snow showers across lower Michigan. But again, the storm has used up most of its moisture, and a lot of moisture it is going to have. Look at this. This is the radar. This is the rainfall forecast. Okay. What we have today and tonight and tomorrow is just light stuff, less than a 5/100th of an inch in southern lower. But look at what happens as we go into the weekend. This is a Great Lakes water level increaser type storm in the winter, because remember, in the winter, the lake levels are normally going down every month to about March. So if you get a storm like this that puts 1 inch to 2 inches over the entire Great Lakes drainage basin, it will keep that water level from falling. And that's actually a rise, because then it starts a little higher when we start our seasonal rise in March. So this rain is kind of important on the lake levels, even though the lake levels will officially go down probably. But there you see it. The yellows, that's 1 inch. To the reds, that's 2 inches. So over the next 10 days, we're going to have quite a bit of moisture coming here. Richie says a big you-know-what to Mother Nature. A gate hunting. What is a gate hunting? I don't know what that is. Do you think we'll have an extreme, Arctic extreme like last year? Any model showing up with this air? Well, there's two thoughts to that, Michael Henry. First off, we know that if any cold air, really cold air hits, it's probably waiting till at least the second week of January or the third week of January. What does that mean? When the cold air hits, when it's the coldest time of the year, it has a chance to be very strong. So do I think we will have an extreme Arctic outbreak? But it's really tough because the warmth wants to keep coming back and coming back. I think we will, but I think it's going to be fairly short. I think it's going to be 2 or 3 weeks, last 2 weeks of January, first week of February. So, and I do think that there is a possibility of a blizzard in there. We are in that track. I'm going to write about that later on today on MLive, that we are in a track that has changed. And as you could see, when you're getting 1 to 2 inches of moisture, if the cold air was in place, you know what that would be? That would be a whole bunch of snow. All right, now finish up here. Hey, good morning, Rob Guazdala from Frankenmuth. Teddy, Malin, your friend is coming up to snowshoe and cross country this upcoming week. You're going to have to keep going north and north and north. Now, after New Year's Day, Northwest Lower probably will have a couple of inches of snow on lake effect, but you still may have to go to the UP. Now, the blizzard thing, we'll just keep an eye on that. That's not in the offing just yet, but well, like I said, the storm track is such that if we get the right ingredients to come together, it would happen. Amy Zettel, that's what I'm going to write about today. Is the blob still in the Pacific? No, it is not. I will write about that. It has cooled off dramatically in the last 2 months, and that's allowing the storm track to change. Because remember when I wrote about the blob earlier around September, I said if it continues into the winter, the storms will be guided up over the top of the blob and down toward us from the northwest, starved for moisture. Now the blob is gone and the storms are coming into the Pacific Northwest, dropping down into the southern plains and heading north toward us with Gulf moisture. Here's today, temperatures in the 50s. Here's tomorrow, a little bit cooler. Here's Saturday. You could see the warmth starting to build. And here's Sunday where we could have some upper 50s to 60 degrees. Once again, rented an SUV to drive up north. Do I need it? Wendy Boomers. When is the question. You don't need it until about New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. Then you'll need, then you'll have back into the off and on lake effect snow showers. I know the ski-doos want snow. Hello, Belding. All right, so here's Sunday. Then here's Monday. The cold front starts to come through. And then here is New Year's Eve. Yes, New Year's Eve. And temperatures are back down into the 30s. And the day after, a little bit of a rebound. So even there, the cold isn't that awesome, I guess we'd have to say. So there you have it. It's a warm forecast for this time of the year. We're going to be looking at a lot of rain from Sunday into Monday morning. By a lot, I'm talking a half inch to inch solid across all of Michigan. Eventually, we get into snow showers. That's the kind of pattern that probably does 2 to 4 inches or something like that in northwest lower and across the UP and maybe western lower. Maybe it does an inch or two in eastern lower eventually by New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. So nothing that is very wintry in this forecast at all. And we're just at the outer edges of our data, starting to see some signs to the return of winter, but we'll deal with that if we continue to see it every couple of, if I see that for a couple of days, then we'll start to talk about the return of cold. But for now, we're talking about near record warmth, and especially on Sunday, although it will be a wet warmth, upper 50s, and raining significantly. So make sure you join the Facebook group down there, Michigan Weather. On the Facebook groups, we talk about weather, we share pictures, and we give you updates if there's something short term that doesn't warrant a full-blown post on the website, MLive. Thanks for joining me this morning. Glad you're with us after Christmas. And I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Please share.